Yo, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of The Sauce. Not a good baseball Tuesday. YouTube bets went 1 and 2. We dropped about 2 units and change on the VIP. So that ends our winning streak. Was a nice streak. Had to come to an end. It's NBA Finals time, Game 3. I got Anna Horford coming on as a guest. If you're active on NBA Twitter, you already know who that is. If you're not, that's Celtics forward Al Horford's sister coming on to give her game prediction. That's going to be fun. Let's get right into it.
Welcome to The Sauce. The Sauce. Hey, get the sauce.
All right, we got Golden State traveling into Boston for Game 3. Line is Celtics minus 3.5. Early action is pretty even here. Check it out. Actually, money's even leaning towards the Celtics. 56% of the money on Boston as of 6 p.m. last night. Yo, check out what happens overnight, though. A big shift, big chunk of Golden State Warriors money comes in overnight. We're now looking at 67% of the money on the Dubs. Line doesn't budge at all. We're still looking at Celtics minus 3.5. All right, let's break down this matchup really quick. What did we see in Game 2? Plenty of talking points, but to me, the main one is the Boston Celtics turnovers. It's pretty simple here. Head coach of the Celtics, Udoka, said it himself right after the game. Boston is 13-2 in these playoffs when they turn the ball over 15 times or less. When they turn the ball over 16 times or more, yeah, winless, 0-5. In Game 2 against the Warriors, 19 turnovers. Also doesn't help that Golden State cashed in 33 points off those 19 turnovers. By far the Warriors' best game in transition of this entire playoffs. Now, if you watch my episode about Game 1, what did I say about the Celtics? They're the best half-court team in the NBA playoffs, in the entire NBA. So what do they need to do? They need to erase the fast break. So yeah, turning the ball over 19 times is gonna hurt. Another thing from Game 2, so Steve Kerr switched the defense around a little bit. You saw a lot of possessions where Draymond Green was manned up directly on Jaylen Brown, and it worked. Jaylen Brown was uncomfortable for most of the game, never really got his feet set. Even when he got the shot he wanted, he looked like he was a little off. Great decision by Kerr. Draymond locked him up. Now, the weird part is they made that switch, right? Steve Kerr put Draymond on Jaylen Brown for most of the game, which resulted in a lot of possessions where Klay Thompson was a primary defender on Al Horford. You would think the Celtics would want to try to exploit that matchup. I mean, Horford's got 3 or 4 inches and 30, 35 pounds on Klay. Honestly, some credit goes to Golden State. They did deny the ball a little bit, so you can't blame the Celtics. Golden State played great defensively. Another number I want to mention here, and honestly, JJ Redick said it best on First Take, so I'm just going to play this clip for you real quick. Let's let it run.
The Celtics cannot guard Steph Curry in pick and rolls. So if you're the Warriors and you're scoring 1.7 points per possession on Steph Curry pick and rolls against drop coverage, why would you go to your post splits in the half court?
Yes, you heard that correctly. 1.7 points per possession when Golden State runs the high screen with Steph. Right after that, JJ Redick goes on to say, eventually, if Boston can't figure this high screen out, it's going to result, they're going to have to bring the double team on Steph directly off the screen, which should open all kinds of things up for the Golden State offense. By the way, if you're wondering what post splits are, what JJ was talking about, so
why would you go to your post splits in the half court?
That's when you dump the ball into the post and run off-ball screens and run the play away from the ball to give the post different, the guy in the post different passing options. It's basically running the offense inside out. For example, Steph Curry dumps the ball into the low block to Draymond Green. Then right after he does that, here comes Andrew Wiggins, sets a screen for Steph. And it's kind of like a pick and roll off the ball. Draymond Green can either hit Steph for the shot, or after that screen, Wiggins is gonna roll to the basket and Draymond can feed him. So yeah, it's kind of like a pick and roll away from the ball. Basically, it's running your play off the ball and your post player becomes the primary facilitator. It's probably the best way to describe it. That had nothing to do with this matchup. I just thought some of you might be curious to what post splits are, my bad. So here are some final thoughts. If Steve Kerr comes out and puts Draymond Green on Jaylen Brown again, why wouldn't he? It worked very well in Game 2. Then we're most likely gonna see a lot of possessions where Grant Williams and Al Horford are guarded by Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. So I fully expect the Boston Celtics to exploit that, attack the basket, control the paint on the offensive side. With Robert Williams on the floor, especially at the 5, they're more than capable of doing it. Don't be shy. Get in there. Get dirty, Boston. I truly think the Celtics are going to have a lot more success in Game 3 offensively. I think they're going to win the offensive rebounding battle, but, and there is a but, they still have to find a way to stop the Steph Curry high screen. And if it results in a double team, you're going to see a lot of Warriors getting a lot of open looks, which could be bad. But enough of me rambling. Before I make my pick, let's bring on Anna Horford, sister of Al Horford, give us your prediction for game 3.
Hey guys, it's Anna Horford, sister of Celtics big man Al Horford, and my prediction for game 3 is a Celtics win. I believe we are 6-0 in the playoffs so far after a loss, so I think our guys are going to continue on that trend, and I hope that you are all with me. So let's go Celtics and believe in Boston.
So Anna's taking the Celtics to win, which I'm sure we all expected. I doubt she was going to go against her brother and her squad up there in Boston, but she brings up a great point. Boston 6-0 in playoff games following a loss. That's a huge number I forgot to mention earlier. As far as my pick, well, first off, let me tell you, I'm definitely going over at 212.5. I think Boston figures some things out offensively, but I still think they fail to stop Steph Curry off the high screen. So give me the over at 212.5. And as far as picking the side, I hate to fade Anna, but I think I'm going to go with the safe play and take the points here. Give me Golden State plus 3.5. I think this is going to be the best game of the series. We're going to see a battle. So I'd really like to have those 3.5 points in my pocket. GSW plus 3.5 over 212.5. Thank you, Anna, for sending in the clip and joining us. Final ticket posted on KyleKirms.com and the Sauce Network app. All the picks for all the sports from the whole team here at the Sauce Network. Make sure you check those out. Also, if there's any crazy last minute changes, injury updates, money shift, line movement, anything like that, I'll be sure to keep you updated on Twitter, Instagram story, and Facebook. Make sure you check out one of those 3 platforms before you place your bets. All right, it is officially Wednesday. The NBA Finals are back. We also have a loaded MLB slate. Should be a lot of opportunities to make some money tonight. Let's have a good one. Let's bring in the units. I'll talk to you on Twitter.